Hi friends! Today I want to share with you how to make umeboshi. I have already shown you how to make umeboshi in a traditional way, and this is the second umeboshi video. In this video, I'm going to be showing 3 different types of umeboshi, one of which is the most simple umeboshi without using red-Shiso leaves. The second one is my all-time favorite, sweet and sour umeboshi. I will tell you the secret of the succulent and juicy umeboshi. And lastly, I will be showing honey umeboshi by using a Ziploc bag. Well, this is my first time to try making umeboshi in a Ziploc bag, but this is going to be an excellent recipe. Try making umeboshi for the first time. Hopefully it works well. I have a good tsukemono book and it contains 10 varieties of umeboshi. I have learned a lot from this book. The traditional umeboshi contains 15 to 18% of salt and it never grows mold, but it's a little bit too salty. In this video, I cut the salt to 12%, a minimum amount of salt. The sweet and sour umeboshi contains 10% salt and 5% sugar, and we use vinegar to marinate. It's not too salty or not too sour. Japanese summer is hot and humid, so we use umeboshi as a natural preservative for its antibacterial effect, so we put in a bento lunchbox. Making umeboshi at home attracts good fortune, and I believe it too. Okay, let's get started. These are from my neighborhood area, and this specific variety is called nankobai or nanko ume, the best quality of the plum we can find in Japan. It cost me about $35 for 5 kilograms. First, separate the green plum and ripe plum. Green plums are for umeshu and ume syrup, as you can see in my previous video. The ripe plums are using as umeboshi. It looks yellowish and smells really good, and it smells just like a fruit, so I don't know where the sourness comes from. You can give it a go for this yellowish and a little bit soft to touch plum. Leave the underripe plum for 1 or 2 days more. Put them in a cardboard box for a couple of days until it looks yellowish and smells sweet. Rinse under running cold water and pat dry. Remove the stem end with a wooden skewer. Be careful not to scratch on the surface. If your plum has a scratch on the surface, there will be mold growth. In a small bowl, put some of the plums and toss in the alcohol to sterilize. This alcohol is shochu, left over from umeshu, contains 35% of alcohol. You can use any alcohol which has no strong flavor to it. After tossing the alcohol, place it in a container. The container should be enamel or glass or anything acid-resistant materials. At this point, you should weigh plums to calculate the salt you need. Place them in a single layer and sprinkle 10 to 12% salt. 10 is minimum amount of salt and it's challenging, so I add 12%. Basically, 10 to 12% salt is not enough to prevent growing mold. If you don't want to fail, add 15 to 18% of salt. Repeat the process and alternate plum and salt. The next day, check the other ume and if it is ripe enough, add to the container with 10 to 12% salt. Repeat the process until all the plums are used. Place a sterilized dish on top. Put a 2 kilograms weight on top. The container, dish, and the weight are also sterilized with boiling water and a sterilizer. If you don't have a weight like this, you can use canned beans or a bottled water instead. What we are doing here is press the plum and draw out the moisture. Now we got to wait until the rainy season is over and then sun dry. Leave it at a cool, dark place. Check the container every once in a while if there is a mold growing. Okay, let's see how to make sweet and sour umeboshi. It is very unique way to prepare. Even Japanese people don't know how to make it. Prepare the plum as we did earlier and put them in a container. Add 20% of the salt and put it right on top of the plum. Pour in the bottled water. I recommend using bottled mineral water here. If you are using a tap water, bring it to a boil and leave it to room temperature. Place a piece of plastic wrap on top of the plum to submerge all the plums in the salty water. Leave it at a cool, dark place until the rainy season is over for at least 10 days. Last but not least, let's make Honey Umeboshi in a Ziploc bag. Put prepared and sterilized plum in a Ziploc bag and add in 10% of the salt. Remove the air as much as you can and seal. Place it in a container and put the 1 kg weight. I am using a 1 kg sugar bag for the weight. Leave it in a cool dark place for a day. We are adding 10% of honey in 3 stages. The next day, we are adding 1/3 of the honey and place it in a cool dark place and repeat the process 2 more days. Leave it at cool dark place until the rainy season is over. Alright, that's it for the plum preparation. We should prepare the red-Shiso for the flavor and color. We are using the red-Shiso after the sun drying, but the red-Shiso is in the market only limited of time, and if you find it, just buy it and prepare. Keep it in the fridge until the rainy season is over and ready to use. Take off the stem from the red-Shiso leaves and put it in a salad spinner. Wash away all the dirt and rinse really well like you are washing a cloth. Spin it to remove any moisture. Put them in a large bowl, sprinkle half of the salt. Rub vigorously until wilt. Squeeze out the moisture. This liquid contains harshness. Put it back in the bowl and sprinkle the rest of the salt. Rub really well again and remove the liquid. This will make the red-Shiso really bright in color. Put it in a Ziploc bag and keep in the fridge until used. Alright, that's it for today's video. Hopefully the rainy season is over in a couple of days in Japan and I can sun dry my umeboshi. Wish me luck! Thank you for watching the video. Give me a big thumbs up and share the video with your friends and families, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Follow me on the social media and tag me on your post if you give it a try. And go to my website for the printable recipe and more information. And my store on Amazon has pretty much everything that I'm using in my video. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you soon. Bye!